yeah. That's me and you, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was a...
My family has some Christmas stories to share with you. I'm Chinese, surprise, surprise, which means that my dad is also Chinese. And for him, in his era and area where he grew up, I don't think gift giving as we know it was really a big thing. And we always had like a problematic relationship with gift giving and receiving when it came to my dad. Very traditional Chinese guy. He didn't really feel right receiving gifts because he's the dad, like he should be providing for us. Chinese red packets were given when we were growing up for birthdays, Chinese New Year's, obviously. But that did make me grow up thinking, especially in a Western environment, money? Like, does my dad even know me? Whenever we would get him a gift, he would flip it over, and if it was made in China, he would say, not good quality. Which is weird because, you know, as we pointed out to him, he was made in China. So that was awkward. But then one year I thought, okay, I've got the perfect gift for you that you can't possibly reject, because it was going to be handmade by me, which also meant that it was going to be made in Australia.
When was the last time you did this?
When my dreams were shattered by our father.
Good memories.
At the time, I was watching a lot of this show called Healthy, Wealthy and Wise, and there was a woman on the show called Tonya Todman, and she did amazing things with raffia. And I thought I could make something out of raffia, and I got some potpourri, I got some crepe paper, some glue and some raffia, and I thought I'm gonna make like this potpourri parcel that Dad can have in his bathroom, and every time he smells it while taking a dump, he will think of his child. Actually, this looks better than I remember when I made it when I was a kid.
Yeah, because you were a child.
Because I was a child. And so I gave my dad this beautiful potpourri crepe paper scrotum for Christmas. He looked at it puzzled. He took a sniff of it. I think he knew what it was by that stage. But because it was made with crepe paper, he thought that was wrapping paper and proceeded to open the present with his bare hands, tearing the gift and my Christmas dreams apart in one swift motion. So the potpourri completely fell out and I burst into hot tears and Christmas was ruined.
Beanie, what's your verdict? So Mum is pretty much the polar opposite of Dad, and gift giving is no exception. So she's someone who really appreciates receiving gifts as well as giving them. Something that Mum really loved giving was products from Avon. So little cosmetics, little tubs of moisturizer and lip balms and things like that. Some of my favourite gifts that Mum has given me is probably the things that she sort of repurposed from around the house, because growing up, Mum was a single mum. She was pretty time poor as well as financially poor, I imagine. So she would do things like take milkshake glasses that came from her father's restaurant in Malaysia, and she'd wrap that up in junk mail and then some Christmas wrapping on top with some ribbon and give that to us. And it was always quite special because it was sort of like a family heirloom. And it's always nice having that special gift-giving ritual with Mum.
Then years later, and this was after my parents had a divorce, I thought, well, I think I know the best Christmas gift to give my dad this year. I'm gonna come out as gay, because that's what every parent wants, no matter what their cultural background. Dad's like a, traditional Chinese guy. It's not so much that we don't talk about gayness or there's that much stigma around it necessarily. It's more that there's an absence of conversation. Like, why would I talk about sex and relationships with my father generally? I sat down in a car with him and had resolved to myself that Christmas holiday I would tell my dad who I was, that I was gay and that I had a boyfriend. And I kind of like fumbled my way through it. And when I eventually told him that I was gay, he was like, does your mum know? And I had to say yes. The subtext being, mum knew before you did. Does your older sister know? I had to say yes. Does your older brother know? I had to say yes. But at the end, I was quite appreciative and grateful because his way of saying that it was okay was, oh, that's fine. It's very popular nowadays. And if you ever think of becoming normal one day, that's okay with me too. Merry Christmas, Dad.